Hello, hello, we're back. I'm gonna load my game. I'm roused from my bed early the next morning by the scent of something delicious. I rise, then wash my face and brush my teeth in my ensuite bathroom. Ensuite bathroom. After getting dressed, I then descend to the ground floor, guided by the mouth-watering smell. It leads me as a shepherd might lead a sheep, leaving me powerless to resist. When I arrive in an open plan kitchen come living room area, I'm greeted with a cozy sight. Hifumi is standing by the stove stirring a large pot of miso soup. She's wearing the same casual clothes she wore yesterday, with her dark tresses tied back in two untidy pigtails. Her pink shirt is a bit on the baggy side, and it's slipping down to reveal an ample amount of her creamy white shoulder. Upon her snub nose are perched a pair of glasses, the lenses of which are slightly steamy. I've seen Hifumi cooking before, but that was back when we were staying in the Ryokan. The interior there was classically Japanese, as was Hifumi's attire. Her hair straight and dark, her body enrobed in a richly patterned kimono. She's giving off quite a different impression now, but it's not a bad one. It's nice seeing Hifumi like this. Hey, Hifumi. Oh, hello, Hiroki. Did you just wake up? Yeah, I'm still kind of tired. I suppress a yawn with one hand, which makes Hifumi giggle. You must have been in a hurry to come downstairs. Your hair's all messed up. Let me. Hifumi turns the heat down on the stove, then approaches. She reaches up on tippy toes and adjusts my hair accordingly, her fingertips brushing against my scalp. There we go. She steps back to admire her handiwork, smiling as she does so. You look pretty now, or you look better now. Very handsome. Thanks, you look good too. When you wear a kimono, it makes you seem like a well-to-do housewife. But right now, your vibes are more like those of kind of a big sister. A big sister? Well, well. Hifumi giggles. I suppose that is not far from the truth. I like to think of myself as an older sister to the younger succubi, but I've never been addressed in such a manner by a man. Why don't we try it? Can you call me Big Sis, Hiroki? Sure thing, Big Sis. One second thought maybe Auntie would you prefer white? Okay, I'll do sure thing. Sure, if that's what you want. Good morning, Big Sis. What? Hifumi squeaks as though she's been poked with a pin and presses both hands to her cheeks. They're starting to turn red. Did I embarrass her? Are you okay, Hifumi? Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm just, trying to compose myself. I like being called Big Sis by Cosmos and Ayu, though Ayu rarely plays along, the naughty girl. But being called it by you is quite peculiar? I don't know what the fuck that word is. In a bad way? No, in a good way. I fear it might have been too good, in fact. I'm all tingly now, Perhaps you ought to stick to calling me Hifumi after all. Now, do you want to sample some of my miso soup? I think it's almost ready. It'd be my pleasure. Hifumi ladles a bit of miso soup onto a spoon, then holds it out to me. I slurp the soup. Oh god. I slurp the soup obligingly, I don't know, fuck, and let its flavor spread across my tongue. It's every bit as delicious, if not more, as the miso soup Hifumi made when we were staying at the Ryokan. It's rich, but not too rich, and the consistency is perfect. I could get addicted to this. Do you like it? Does it perchance need more seasoning? Nah, it's just right. That is a relief. Thank you for being my guinea pig, my dear Hiroki. It's no problem, so I glance around the kitchen. Are we the only ones here? I saw Hazel earlier. When I came downstairs, she said she was heading out for a jog. I think the others are still asleep, though they should come down soon. Hifumi and I chatted together companionably while she tends to the rest of the cooking. Hazel comes back from her jog, damp with sweat, at some point during our conversation. She greets us both brightly, then heads up to her bedroom for a shower. She all but runs up the stairs, then slams her bedroom door behind her, which rouses the rest of the succubi. They trail into the kitchen one by one. First Marina, then Ayu, then freshly showered Hazel. Cosmos is the last to turn up, but she isn't in her casual clothes like the rest. She's already changed in her swimsuit. It's rather cute. I'll bet skimpy, and it's complete with a pair of cat ears and a tail. I wonder if that'll get in the way of her swimming. I don't have much of a chance to ponder this, however, before Cosmos is soon upon me, both arms linked through mine. Hiroki, what do you think of my swimsuit? Isn't it cute? I picked it out just for you. It is cute. I'll say, it looks adorable. Yes, it's very adorable. I like all the ruffles. Hee, I knew you would. You're a man of discerning taste. Cosmos puffs out her chest proudly. The bikini is styled after a maid's uniform. It's got a collar and a ribbon, with cute little cuffs, and the bottom part's supposed to look like an apron. They don't have stuff like this in normal stores, so I had to order it from a specialty place online. I think it looks super cute. You would say that. I use scuffs. Personally, I think it looks gaudy, and it doesn't even fit properly. It's too small for you. That criticism seems a bit rich coming from a you. I've seen her in a swimsuit before, and that skimpy gold thing she wore was rather form-fitting. Comparatively, I think Cosmos' Pursudo maid swimsuit fits better. But catch me trying to antagonize a you. It's too early in the morning for that. What's with the ears and the tails, anyway? How do they fit maid theme? They fit because I'm a cat maid, duh. Cosmos giggles, then curls her head into intimidating paws. May I take your order, Meowster? Meow, meow. My buddy Cunning would love that. You pulls a face. That's so tacky. Cut it out. You're putting me off my breakfast. You shouldn't even be in your swimsuit right now. We're not on the beach yet. I know, but I wanted to show Hiroki my swimsuit so much I couldn't wait. I had to put it on right now. She should have ripped me out. That would have been funny. I want my Meowster to compliment me and call me cute and give me lots of head pats. I'm a good kitty maid, so I think I deserve it. Meow, meow. You're the meowest adorable kitty maid ever, Cosmos. I ruffle the top of Cosmos' head, which makes her purr in delight. You, meanwhile, scolds. Don't encourage her, please. You're both acting like morons. You mean meowrons? Ayu turns her back on me, then resumes eating her breakfast. She stabs her fried mackerel with her chopsticks with a bit too much strength, her shoulders stiff. You just wait, stupid Hiroki. I look much, much cuter in my swimsuit than Cosmos does, and I'm not half the try-hard she is. You'll eat your words when you see me. Really? I'm looking forward to it. I gently shake Cosmos' off my arm, then begin to eat my own breakfast. As I do, I glance about the succubi assembled around the dining table. I've already seen Cosmos in her bikini, and I think Ayu will probably wear the golden one she did in her photo shoot, but I've yet to see Marina, Hifumi, and Hazel in their beachwear. I wonder what swimsuits they've picked out. Hifumi will probably go with something traditional, Marina will be in something expensive and elegant, and Hazel tends to prefer sporty, practical clothes. Simply speculating about this is fun. I can't wait until we hit the beach. Yay, it's the beach! The ocean's so big and wide and pretty, woo! Yeah, so what? We already know it's the beach, dumbass. You don't have to spell it out. We all have eyes and ears, too. Didn't you go through the rigmarole yesterday, anyway? Hee, my bad. Sorry if I'm being annoying, but I can't help it. Your beach really does look amazing. I can't wait to go and take a dip. It's gonna be so much fun. I don't know how you get so much energy. Weren't you up at the crack of dawn so you could go jogging? That's right. There's no better way to get your blood pumping. Hee hee. I think your blood pumps a bit too much. But none of it goes to your brain. It all gets redirected to those pointless muscles of yours. You pokes Hazel's exposed stomach, which prompts from her a series of giggles. Hazel's swimsuit is two-piece bikini in bright, striking blue. It favors practically over aesthetic appeal. It covers quite a bit of skin, the cutout on the top notwithstanding. All in all, the swimsuit is very Hazel. There's something almost tomboyish about it. You, meanwhile, is wearing the same golden swimsuit she donned during our photo shoot all those months ago. It's every bit as tight, glitzy, and practical as I remember. It clings to her every curve so intimately. I can't help but wonder whether it'll cut off the blood circulation to her limbs. It doesn't seem to be hampering her at all much, at the present at least. What's with her stomach anyway? It's so hard. Ayu continues to prod Hazel's exposed abs, while Hazel giggles and bats her away. Cut that out, Ayu. It tickles. How can I help it when you have so much skin on display? You're so shameless. Well, yeah, I am a succubus. It comes with the territory. Hazel grins. I don't see any reason to be embarrassed by my body. I've worked pretty darn hard on it. But even then, my clothes aren't half as skimpy as Marina's. True to Hazel's words, Marina is wearing a very interesting swimsuit. While technically a one-piece, it has so many cutouts, she might as well be wearing a bikini. An awful lot of Marina's skin is on display. Not that I'm complaining. The swimsuit suits her perfectly. It's black, which contrasts with her bone white hair, and the golden ornaments which hang from the accentuate her dark skin. It doesn't look very practical. I'm not sure you could get much swimming done dolled up like that. But Marina's clothes are so often practical business suits, it makes for a nice change of pace. My, are you admiring me, Hiroki? Marina catches my eyes and smiles, her green eyes glinting with devilish amusement. Do you like what you see? Of course he does. He's a simple-minded man. He sees half a boob and he can't control himself. You're appealing to the lowest common denominator. And you aren't, little Ayu, with your get-up? Please, don't try to take the moral high ground with me. You are even more brazen than I. Ha! Says you. Ayu snorts. I know why you're dressed in that ridiculous attire. It's because you're a desperate old lady. The only way you could ever hope to ensnare Hiroki's heart with your saggy body is to show it all off. What was that? Marina's expression darkens. She takes a step forth and cracks her knuckles, which makes Ayu retreat. Are my ears deceiving me? I am so old, after all. They do not seem to work as they should. Or did you just call me saggy? What? No, I never said anything. But you did, Ayu. I heard you. We all did. Didn't we, Hazel? Well, I don't want to get Ayu in trouble. I know how scary Marina can be, but she did kind of bring this on herself. Hazel smiles awkwardly, hands link at her front, and says, Sorry, Ayu, but you're on your own here. I ain't coming to your defense. You dug your grave, now you gotta lie in it. Is it possible to dig a grave on the beach? Wouldn't it fill with sand again? Well, yeah, but I ain't talking about a real grave here. So Marina isn't really going to murder you? I wouldn't be too sure of that. She looks pretty pissed. Ayu. Marina is standing face to face with Ayu now, their nose almost bumping. She seizes Ayu's shoulder, her manicured nails digging into Ayu's exposed skin, and leans in. If Marina's expression wasn't so foreboding, they'd look almost like a pair of lovers. Unfortunately for you, there's nothing lovey-dovey about the aura Marina's exuding. Murderous would probably be the best way to describe her intent. Boy, am I glad I'm not the one coming under her line of fire. Marina's a good 5 inches taller than you, who crawls in her shadow, looking very contrite. Are there tears beating in her eyes? Yes, Marina? What is it, my dear big sister? Did something occur to upset you? Please. Marina sighs. Don't play dumb with me. You should be only too aware of what you have done wrong. Your thoughtless words have caused me a grave insult. I cannot abide being demeaned, not in the least by a little whelp like you, who does not know her place. You ought to respect your elders and betters, missy. How many times do I have to repeat this before you will listen? Marina's pointed nails dig deeper into Ayu's skin, which makes her squeak. Eeh. You are extraordinarily hard-headed, so such a degree it is almost impressive. Though I praised you last night, I am now beginning to fear you are incapable of reform. Not on your own, at least. As your kind, caring, benevolent, with each adjacent, Marina gives Ayu shoulder a squeeze. Big sister, I hate to see you walking the wrong path. I want you to become a sweet, well-mannered young lady who would not cause herself any embarrassment. In the future, your poisonous tongue may offend somebody more important than I, and I shall not be there to help you. As such, I must punish you. That is the only way you'll learn. What? No, please don't hurt me. That isn't fair. This is my private beach, you know. You washed up old hag. I should be allowed to say whatever I want. It's not my fault I'm cuter and younger than you. Don't take your jealousy out on me. Hey, let go of my arm. Just stop it. That hurts. Don't, no, Ah! Marina drags Ayu off to an outcrop of rock. The pair duck behind it and are soon obscured from view, with Ayu's plaintive cries drifting along the beach behind her. Now, I wonder what Marina's doing to her. It's probably for the best not to think about it. Well, gee, that's something. I feel kind of bad for you, but, I guess I'm glad it ain't me, for once. Don't you think Marina's finally forgiven me? I believe so. Marina can be intense, shall we say. And she holds grudges, but she is not unreasonable. I don't think she has any issues with you at the present, Hazel. Phew, that's a relief. I was starting to get kind of sweaty thinking about her punishments. She's not a woman to be trifled with. It's okay. Cosmos gives Hazel a thumbs up. Marina bullies Ayu because she deserves it. But you've not done anything bad for a long time, and you've never called Marina old. Yes, that is Marina's pet peeve. She's quite sensitive about it. I noticed that, but I don't really get it. Why does she get so upset about her age? Oh, Cosmos, sweet, innocent Cosmos. I know you mean well, but you've got to use some common sense. Most women are touchy about their age, especially when they start getting into their 30s. But why? Ayu says lots of nasty things, but they aren't true. Marina is older than us, but she still looks pretty. She's got nothing to be embarrassed about. Maybe not, but we all have our hang-ups, even Marina. She's more delicate than she makes out. No, Marina, don't do that. Not there. If you touch me like that, Ayu's distant squeal are carried across the beach. They mingle with the lapping waves and the calling birds and soon disperse. For a delicate woman, Marina can be awfully ruthless. But maybe she hides her insecurities behind her dominant personality. In that sense, she might not be very dissimilar from Ayu. Is that why they always butt heads? Excuse me, Hiroki, but while I'm pondering this, Hifumi addresses me. She's wearing a two-piece swimsuit like she promised last night. It's a simple design, pure white, but I think it suits Hifumi well. Particularly when set against her dark hair. Jeez, I can't read today. She's forgone her lenses, though she has a pair of sunglasses balancing atop her forehead. Maybe she opted for contacts. They're harder to lose than glasses. Would you mind applying my sunscreen for me? My skin is very fair and it burns easily. It is a hot day, and I fear I will turn pink without any assistance. It would jeopardize the many jobs I have lined up if my skin were to start peeling. Sure, I'll help you with your sunscreen. That's not a problem. Are you certain? Sure, it's fine. Helping Hifumi might help take my mind off of you and Marina, and whatever it is they're doing. Thank you most kindly. You really are a wonderful man, Hiroki. Then I shall leave myself in your capable hands. Hifumi ties her long tresses up in a ponytail, then lays herself down upon a beach towel. Her curved back and rear are angled towards me as with a coquettish smile that she glances at me over her shoulder. Would you care to begin, dear? The sunscreen is over there. She inclines her head to a small bottle resting by her bag. I kneel by Hifumi's side and take the bottle in hand. I squirt some of the sunscreen into my palm, then reach to Hifumi's bare back with sticky fingers. Can I start? Please do. I am quivering in anticipation. I press my fingers to the small of Hifumi's back, tracing the curves of her spine. Ah, yes, that feels good. Hifumi sighs. Your hands are very gentle, Hiroki, but there's a firmness to them, too. You're so manly. I'm positively melting. I hope not. That doesn't sound very healthy. I continue to work the sunscreen into Hifumi's fair skin. I slick her up, massaging her shoulders, her back, and the tops of her thighs. Hifumi sighs, both at my ministrations and, I presume, the coolness of the sunscreen as it soaks in her skin. If I weren't so accustomed to touching Hifumi, I'd probably get flustered by this. Her swimsuit-clad body is incredibly enticing, as are the little moans that spill from her lips. She doesn't often play sexy roles. She's often typecast as a sweet, innocent maiden, but I think Hifumi would make a great fatal. Right. I think that should do it. Right. I think that should be it. I draw away from Hifumi once I've worked the last of the sunscreen into her back. You can do your front, can't you? I can, though I would prefer if you took care of that too. I will never tire of your care. I will never tire of your caresses, my dear husband. Still, Hifumi smiles and cups her cheeks with one hand. It would not do to become idle, and you appear you have quite a queue forming for your expert services. Perhaps you ought to tend to them first, lest they get jealous. Huh? What do you mean? I glance behind me and soon am confronted with Cosmos and Hazel. Cosmos takes my right arm, while Hazel takes my left. It ain't fair if you only pamper Hifumi. We're your partners too, and we want to be spoiled. I demand equal rights. We are unionizing. What you give to Hifumi, you must give to us. I want you to apply my sunscreen too. And mine. My. You're so popular, Hiroki. Part of me is jealous, but I am happy for you too. I am glad my future husband is such a respected man. It looks like I've got my work cut out for me, keeping every member of my harem happy, but I don't mind it. I'm glad, in fact, for the attention. Who'd be upset about ensnaring the attention of so many beautiful women? Alright, I'll apply your sunscreen too. I'll do Hazel first, since she was the first to broach the topic. You wait your turn, okay, Cosmos? Okay, I'll wait patiently. I trust you, Hiroki. I know you'd never go back on your word. This is the life. I use punishment meted out. Marina now reclines upon a deck chair beneath the shade of a parcel. Her long white tresses draped over the back of the chair, and her black swimsuit hugs her curves. Her face is cast in shadow, but I can see a contented cat-like smile playing about her mouth. In one hand, she holds a cocktail glass filled to the brim with some alcoholic beverage or another. It's a reddish yellow color with a slice of orange skewed on the side of the glass and a parcel protruding from it. When Marina shifts, adjusting her hair, the ice cubes in her drink cling against the side of the glass. It seems like quite the sophisticated cocktail, but the bright colors gives it a girlish look. Did Hifumi make that for you? Yes, indeed. I mentioned I was thirsty, and she hastened to mix this drink for me. It's a vodka highball with orange and cranberry juice. It's nothing too fancy, but the taste is divine. The citrus orange juice and the tart cranberry juice pair off so well together, and the vodka gives it such a kick. The ice is particularly refreshing, too. I could drink these all day. Marina takes a sip of her cocktail, then smiles. Delicious. You sure look like you're enjoying yourself. Yes, indeed. This is such a nice change from sitting in my office, poring over my monitor and answering endless emails. It's nice to simply relax every once in a while. Now, of course, I could never turn down a cocktail. Hifumi would make a wonderful bartender. I did not know she was so very gifted at mixing drinks. Now I'm curious. I kind of want to try one of her cocktails too. But maybe I'll save it for later. Are you worried about your stamina? A little. I don't know if I want to get smashed in the morning. My poor dear boy. Marina titters. It must be hard having I'll get it out, I swear I will. It must be hard having the constitution of a human. We succubi have higher alcohol tolerances in general and can drink far more. It makes me very glad my mother bequeathed upon me this superior body, Fufu. Ayu says I am getting old, but she knows nothing. I look not a day over 25. That girl has some nerve. I think you look great too, Marina, especially in the swimsuit. You got nothing to worry about on that score. Thank you, dear boy. I am fully aware of this fact myself, of course, but I do like being reassured. It can be very trying enduring the company of succubi who are so much younger than myself, particularly that obnoxious Ayu. She does love to boast. I cannot help but get angry at her, though I know she lashes out only because of her own insecurities. Perhaps I should not have been so... Perhaps I should not have been too hard on her, but I fear it is the only way she will learn. I'm gonna say, why don't you gentle approach? I know you mean well, but maybe you should try a gentler approach the next time Ayu annoys you. I'm afraid you might seriously hurt her. Oh, you needn't fret about that. I know my strength, and I know how to temper it. I would never cause Ayu any real pain. That's good to know. I was getting a little worried back there. I laugh while running a hand through my hair. You care about the others a lot, don't you, Marina? But of course, how could I not? They are like my younger sisters to me, and I adore them. Marina sounds so genuine, it's enough to make me smile. I was wrong to doubt her. She's very reliable, despite her somewhat short temper. Hey, Marina. Yes? Marina inclines her head to one side. What is it, my dear Hiroki? I was wondering. Do you want to come swimming with me later? The sea's very smooth and clear, and it might be nice to take a dip. I appreciate the offer, but I would rather not. My swimsuit is expensive, and it was not made for splashing about in the salty water. I would not want the gold details on it to tarnish. If Marina's swimsuit is anything like the tight red dress she wore back at her charity event, it must have cost a fortune. I don't even want to think about how many zeros must have been tacked onto the end of that price tag. It's enough to make my head spin. Her swimsuit doesn't seem all that practical if you can't even swim in it. But what do I know? I've been to several fashion shows, but only in the capacity of a photographer. My knowledge in regards to the industry is a resounding zero. I guess Marina must have picked her swimsuit out based solely upon its appearance, as opposed to its functionality. Not that it was a poor choice. It really does suit her. I think swimming is something more suited to children. It is not very elegant, I fear, to thrash one's arm and legs about like a drowning man. Cosmos might enjoy it, or Ayu, and I am certain Hazel would. but the thought does not appeal to me. I can hardly drink while swimming. That's a good point, haha. I'll leave you to it then. Have fun, Marina. I will, dear boy, and wish you the same. You should probably entertain those naughty little sisters of mine. At least they get up to mischief. I feel rather too comfortable to discipline you now. You've got it. If she misbehaves, I'll give her what's what. Thank you. I know I can rely on you. Marina blows me a kiss as I depart, her pink lips glossy with lipstick. She sure looks like she's having a good time. But what about me? What should I do? I ponder my options for a few moments when, hey, Hiroki. A youth sidles up to me, her voice unusually modulated, soft and girlish. I wonder if her personality I wonder if her personality shift can be attributed to the punishment Marina rained down upon her. She isn't acting like her usual abrasive self. I was wondering, are you toys with one of her orange twin tails? I ask you a question? You already have. Yes, I know, but may I make a further inquiry? What's with all this inquiry business? She sounds way too formal, and her ingratiations tones are starting to freak me out. What's up? You didn't do anything wrong, did you? Wrong? You puffs herself up, betraying some of her former docility. Why do you think I've done something wrong? I don't know. There was something off about the way you were talking, that's all. You haven't killed the man, have you? As if I would. A woman, then? Sometimes I wanted to murder that saggy old hag. A youth shoots a glare at Marina, who, fortunately for her, is too far away to overhear her, still reclining while sipping upon her fruity cocktail. But no, I would never go that far. I'm no killer. I don't actually like the sight of blood. Really? I didn't think you'd be so squeamish. I'm not about other bodily fluids, but blood is particularly kinda... A youth's voice trails off. She frowns. Why am I talking about this anyway? This isn't what I want to talk to you about. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, then. I wanted to ask you before you started making rude assumptions whether you would like to spend the rest of the day in my wonderful company. I thought it might be nice if we could go for a swim or maybe a stroll. Though, it's not like I'm asking because I like you. You're just the best of the bad bunch. I don't get along with any of the others, and I want to stay as far away from Marina as possible, so you'll have to do it. I'm bestowing this privilege upon you, so you had best be grateful. Kneel down at my feet and... Hey, Hiroki. Unfortunately for you, she's unable to articulate the rest of her order. Cosmos dashes towards us, one hand waving. I turn to her, and she throws herself into my arms. Her affection shows zealous and almost bowls me over. Hiroki, Hiroki! Cosmos clings to my bare chest and looks up at me, her amber eyes bright. I was taking a selfie for a bit, but I think I've got a whole bunch now, and I'm getting kind of bored. You don't look busy, so I was wondering, would you mind showing me how to swim? You said you would last night, you promised. Can we give it a shot? I'm excited. Hey, Cosmos. Hey, Cosmos. A youth grabs hold of Cosmos' shoulder and wrenches her off of me, like she's some sort of bikini-clad cat ear-wearing barnacle. Don't butt in on our private conversation. I was trying to talk to Hiroki. Oh, were you? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. How could you not realize? Are you blind as well? As stupid? Can't you read the room? We're not in a room right now, silly you. And anyway, you weren't talking. You were shouting. I hope you weren't threatening my boyfriend. I wasn't threatening him. At least I don't mean to. I only told him as I was been so good to him, he ought to bend down and at my feet and lick my toes clean of sand. Ew. Cosmos pulls a face. I have nothing against feet, but sand is a different matter. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Who'd want to slurp upon a mouthful of horrible dry sand? It hardly matters whether Hiroki wants to do it or not. If he truly respected me, he would do it all the same. Really? Cosmos tilts her head askance, one finger against her lower lip. If you ask me, it sounded like a fetish thing. Nobody was asking you. Now, go away, Hiroki. Hiroki is mine. But he's my boyfriend, and he said he was going to teach me how to swim. He said, Cosmos is right, Ayu. I come between the two bickering succubi before Ayu can yank at Cosmos' cat ears. I did say I would help her swim. I like to honor my promise. But I asked you if you would spend the time with me first. Technically, you didn't. My agreement with Cosmos goes back to last evening. And you didn't sound all that enthused about spending time with me. What was it you said? I think it was something along the tune of, I clear my throat, then do my best impression of a used shrill voice. It's not like I'm asking because I like you. You're just the best of a bad bunch. My impression isn't particularly good. There's no way I can get my voice high enough, short of being kicked somewhere soft and sensitive. But it's instantly recognizable. Cosmos begins to giggle while you scowls. I do not sound like that. You do sound a bit like that, you. Whatever. You folds her arms and turns her head away, scrolling. I'm past caring. You two are so stupid you deserve each other. Go off into the ocean, the pair of you, and get stung by a jellyfish or eaten by a shark. I won't show any sympathy. I'm not upset about being turned down or anything. It's with an explosive humph, which reminds me of the racehorse. Nayu stalks off, her hands clenched at her sides. I watch as she departs, arms folded behind her back. Arms rolled behind my back, and I look at Cosmos. She's definitely upset. Totally. I feel kind of bad for her. It'll be fine. I don't want to hang out with somebody who treats the idea like a chore. If she wants my attention that badly, she'll have to start being more upfront. It should be a good lesson if Marina punishment earlier wasn't. Now, I smile. You want me to give you a lesson? Aye, aye, Captain. I've never swum before, but I'm eager to learn. I'm going to do my best. Swum. Half an hour later. I'm doing it. I'm really doing it. Look at me, Hiroki. I'm swimming. Kazuo stares at me, excitable as a puppy. Or, given the ears on her head, a playful kitten. She's suspended in the salty water, her fingers curled about mine. I hold her steady while she kicks her legs to and fro, churning up the surf. I don't know if what she's doing is swimming, per se, but she's not sinking, which is a big improvement over her earlier attempts. It looks like she's gained a bit more confidence, too. Previously, Cosmos squeaked and squawed whenever her head dipped under the water, but now she seems to have accepted this as part of the swimming experience. Her brow is furrowed, her expression determined. Her swimsuit might show off a lot of skin, but I don't know if she looks all that sexy right now. She's too graceless. She is pretty cute, though. It's a bit of shame she took off the tail before stepping into the water. That would give her look an extra layer of adorableness. But it'd probably get in the way. You're doing a great job. Keep going, Cosmos. If my hands weren't twined with her, I'd give her a thumbs up. Do you think you can manage to if I let go of you? Huh? Cosmos frowns, her confidence faltering. Why I gotta do that? I'm swimming already, aren't I? You are, in a sense, but you need to move your arms and your legs. It's no good if you only kick. But I've only just gotten used to that. If I have to move my arms too, I'll sink. I wasn't made to float. I'm a succubus, not a witch. I'm not made of wood. I presume you don't weigh as the same as a duck either. No, I don't. Kazuo shakes her head empathically, her legs still kicking. Droplets of water are thrown up into the air and caught in the sunlight. They shimmer rainbow colors. It's quite the pretty sight. At least it would be were my attention not fixed on Cosmos, who does not weigh the same as a duck, and ergo is not made of wood, and therefore cannot be a witch. If you let me go, I'll drown. I'll really drown, and I'll die, and I'll never be able to do all the things I want to do. What do you want to do? All sorts. I've been reading cute romance manga, and the couples there do loads of fun lovey-dovey stuff. I want to ride on the back of a bike with you and go to a theme park and the zoo. I want to see an elephant and a giraffe, and I can't die until then. Those are all pretty pure dreams. I'm kind of surprised. I smile fondly. Cosmos' frame might be built on the back of her skimpy outfits and scandalous poses, but she's rather innocent. Of all her succubi sisters, she was the one with the least dating experience before she met me. I'm the only guy she's ever known intimately, and I think I'm the only guy she wants to know. Though appreciative of her fans, she cares for them a damn sight more than Ayu does hers. Cosmos doesn't have any strong relationships with them. She draws a clear line between me and them. Her fans be undoubtedly angry if they found out about our close relationship, and I do worry we may one day be discovered, but I think any potential fallout would be worthwhile, as long as we can continue to spend time together. Well, don't worry, I won't let you die. If you start to sink, I'll pull you up to safety, I promise. Hiroki? Cosmo's eyes meet mine, her butterscotch irises wide and beguiling. She still looks uncertain, but after a pause, she smiles. Okay, I'll trust you, just don't leave me. I wouldn't. I'm looking forward to our date to the zoo, too. You are? Hell yeah, I haven't been since I was a little kid, but, well, I smile sheepishly. I guess I'm still a kid at heart, who doesn't like gawping at the animals. Elephants are very interesting, like you said, and so are the giraffes. But I think I like the lions most of all. As for you, I ponder my fingers, still curled upon Cosmos. I think you like the leopards, or maybe the alpacas. Ooh, alpacas. Cosmos' eyes light up. Do they have those at the zoo too? They do at the one my parents used to take me to. We could go check it out for ourselves sometime, if you're so inclined. I love that. I love alpacas. They're so soft and fluffy. I have a lot of stuffed alpaca toys, actually. My room is full of them. Oh yeah? I didn't know that. As close as Cosmos and I are, I've never actually been to her place. She always comes to mine instead. How many do you have? Almost 50. I collect them, and sometimes my fans send them to me as gifts. My favorite is huge. I can't even wrap my arms around her, and she's galaxy's fur with constellations all over it. That does sound pretty cute, though I doubt we'll find many galaxy alpacas at the zoo. Can you make do with a normal, run-of-the-mill alpaca? Hee hee, don't be silly, Hiroki. Cosmos grins. Nothing is ordinary and run-of-the-mill with you. Now, I'm really pumped. I can't die. If we're gonna go on this date, so I'll do my best to master swimming without sinking. And I'll cheer you on. Can I let go now? Right, I can take it. I won't let the ocean get the better of me. Okay then, give it your all. I uncurl my hands from Cosmos and step back. For a few moments, things seem to be going well. Cosmos moves her arms in tandem with her legs, as per my instructions. These motions are faltering, but she's able to keep her chin above the water. I'm cautiously optimistic about Cosmos' progress. But then a wave breaks against her side, and she seems to lose her cool. Ka! Her arms stop moving, her legs stop kicking, and soon the water rushes to claim her. It breaks over her legs and back, and then her head dips beneath the waves once, twice, and then she disappears. Oh, jeez, I knew it was too good to be true. Don't worry, Cosmos, I won't let you drown. Think of the alpacas. I seize Cosmos beneath her underarms and haul her upwards as a farmer might uproot a particular large, ungainly turnip. Cosmos' head breaks the surface of the ocean, scattering water droplets everywhere. Her hair is plastered to her cheeks, which are flushed, and straps of her bikini is starting to slide off one shoulder. She's soaked from head to toe, but at least she isn't dead. It's always a plus. Are you okay? Can you breathe? I think so. Cosmos sputters to expels a mouthful of salty seawater. Some of this water douses me, but I don't suppose it matters. I'm already wet. That didn't go exactly as I hoped, but I think you're making progress. Very gradual progress. I glanced to the shore. Do you want to sit down? Maybe I should. I got a bit of overconfident. When you complimented me, I felt like I could do anything, but I should have known better. Cats aren't known for liking the water, neither do alpacas. I think I'm a land mammal after all. Fumi cooks us dinner when we return to Ayu's beach house, after a long day spent enjoying the azure surf and the golden sands. She makes a bevy of traditional Japanese dishes with mounds of perfectly cooked, fluffy rice alongside it, which is all incredibly delicious. Once the pans have been scored, the dishes washed, and the cutlery put away, the sun has already set. The moon is as round as are of the dinner plates, high in the night sky, and the stars twinkling searingly. It is not as hot as it was during the day, but it's not cold either. It's a pleasant, picturesque kind of night. It'd be nice to go for a walk on the beach after sundown, but I'm stuffed after Fumi's extravagant meal and tired after canvassing the beach during the day. I consider hitting the hay early when a cheery proclamation from Hazel gives me a pause. Hey everyone, listen up. I just had a really great idea. Coming from you, that seems unlikely. You who was hitherto engaged in the time-consuming and tricky process of painting her toenails looks up frowning. You've never had a single good idea in your life, let alone a great one. Though it pains me, I fear I must side with you on this matter. You have energy in excess, but little in the way of intelligence. I doubt any idea of yours would be worth listening to. Hey, don't be like that. Just hear me out, okay? This idea of mine is a real incredible, amazing one. If you do say so yourself. Well, sure, yeah. But I bet you'll all agree with me once you hear what it is. Hazel clears her throat, perhaps for dramatic effects, then announces with a toothy smile, since it's the summer and we're all on vacation, we've got to tell ghost stories. It's a human tradition, and though we're not human, it wouldn't hurt to honor their customs. I'm sure Hiroki here can confirm this for me. 5 pairs of eyes swivel to me in unison, pinning me in place. Tired though I am, I can't possibly slink off to my room now. Everyone's waiting on me for an answer, and I don't want to let them down. Being Mr. Popular can be kind of hard sometimes. Not that I mind too much. Yeah, Hazel's right about that, actually. It's pretty standard for people to tell ghost stories in the summer. I did a bunch back when I was a kid, when my classes went on camping trips. We'd wait until the teacher went to sleep, and then we'd huddle together in our sleeping bags to tell spooky stories. It was pretty fun. There, you see? I knew I wasn't mistaken about this. I did a whole bunch of research upon summer vacations before I came here, and spooky stories are a must. They're on the same ties as fireworks and beach volleyball, if not higher. My, you certainly seem enthused about this. Hell yeah, I am. I've got a whole bunch of spooky stories lined up already. They'll be great for scaring the pants. Hazel glances at you. Or skirts off of you. Let's work up a cold sweat together. It'll be a good bonding experience. As if. In case you've forgotten, Hazel, I am an idol. We are pure perfect beings, and we most certainly do not sweat. You don't? Of course I don't. It would sully my image. I'm surprised your rotten attitude doesn't do that already, haha. What was that? Nothing. I was just thinking to myself, haha. And yet, despite that, you were being awfully loud. I used sighs and crossed her arms. You must think uncharitable things about your betters. It would behove you to do so within the confines of your own skull. That way you will be less likely to cause offense. That's a good point, hee hee. So what about my plan? Do you all want to join in? It'll be a super fun horror extravaganza full of blood and guts and gore. My stories will be guaranteed to make at least one of you scream, or you'll get a full refund. I'm not paying you regardless, you foolish woman. And I have no interest in squealing and shrieking over silly made-up stories like a Bonabop monkey. If you want to scare me, you'll have to do your worst. So, is that a yes? Do you want to join in? I suppose I might as well. It will pass the time, but I warn you, I am not easily scared. I am a sensible, level-headed woman. Fantasy monsters cannot frighten me. They are far less ominous than my more dedicated fans. I have scrolled through a few of my fans' forums and the things people say their beggar behalf. A few shudders. Nothing will disturb me more than all the inflammation fan fiction I unwittingly stumbled across, featuring yours truly. Oh, I think I might read some of those fics myself, actually. Why have you been reading fan fiction about me? Why not? I like to take an interest in your activities, say you. Isn't that what friends do? I'm not your friend, you imbecile. I tolerate you, but that does not mean I like you. I do not want you looking up perverse fan work of me. It's disturbing. It's okay, I don't think any less of you because of it, are you? Besides, there's a bunch of weird fan art and fan fiction of me too. Nothing can shock me now. You say that, but my horror stories have been fermenting in my head for a while. They're incredibly potent now, like kimchi. Do you think you can handle it, Cosmos? Yes, I can. This sounds like fun. I too think this proposition is a charming one. I am very fond of ghost stories. Yamino Kawasaki is one of my favorite authors. I love the eerie atmosphere that prevails in the majority of his stories. I'm not so sure about this myself. Marina, who has been oddly quiet during this exchange, now speaks up, frowning. She says, "It sounds like a waste of time. Horror stories, as we all know, are nothing but nonsense. There are vastly more important things in the world to discuss than silly fantasy screens." That is true enough, but you could say that of any work of fiction. They are all imaginative works, but that does not make them less worthy than a documentary or a biography. Indulging in fiction can allow one to experience a wide gamut of emotion, all the while in the comfort of one's home. They can be most edifying, relaxing too. You ought to try it, Marina. You might enjoy it. I doubt that very much, but, well... Marina coils a stand of white hair about one finger and her brow furrowed. I suppose I can give it a chance. You all seem enthusiastic about it, and I would not wish to spoil your fun. Alright, now we're four for 5. What about you, Hiroki? Do you want to listen too? Sure, I'm game. I don't have any problems with horror stories. Great, let's get started then. First, I've got a dim the light of dramatic effects. Dim the lights. Hazel turns off the lights in the living room, thus plunging us into darkness. Now I want to paint for you a picture, using nothing but my voice. Close your eyes and let my story wash over you. It's time to step into your worst nightmare. Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there was a cute but scatterbrained music student we call... How about Azris? Azris was a cheerful girl, but she had a secret, which she nursed within her breast like a flickering flame. She was passionately, irrevocably in love with the campus idol, Mamiko. Mamiko was a beautiful girl from a wealthy family with all the affections of affluence. She wore expensive clothes, sprayed herself with floral perfume, and her hair was neatly teased into curls. She could play numerous instruments, her essays received the highest praise, and she was the darling of all the faculty, and most of the students' body too. Azusa knew when first she laid eyes upon Mamiko, that she had to have her for her own. But their social standings were so desperate. Azusa feared Mamiko would never return her feelings. Azusa was cast into the doldrums of blackest despair. But while she wallowed, a rumor began to spread around campus. According to this rumor, one needed only to take a candid photograph of their beloved and text it to a mysterious woman called Venus. Then the pair would be bonded together for all eternity. Azusa did not believe in fairy tales. She was dense, but not wholly stupid. But she was so desperate, she would have tried anything. Sneakily, she took a photo of Mamiko, then sent it to the woman called Venus. But after that, things began to go horribly wrong. It was late at night when Azusa's phone began to beep. The sound jolted her awake, to a bedroom darker than an abyss. Eyes wide, her hair rumpled, Azusa reached for the phone. She took it between her trembling fingers, heart pounding all the while she knew who it was who had messaged her. It was Venus. Azusa read through Venus's reply once, twice, and then she felt her heart constrict within her chest. Venus' message read as thus: Thank you, foolish girl, for sending me a photograph of your beloved. She truly is adorable, though I fear she shall not be for much longer. I am a fair witch, and I shall use my powers to bind you. As per the rumors, it would not do to go back upon my word. But alas, I will not let you get what you want that easily. Are you not familiar with the age-old saying that one ought to be careful what they wish for? If you truly loved this woman, you would confess to her on your own. But you did not. You were cowardly, and hoped instead of to ensure her with magic. This cannot go unpunished. My powers are great, and with it you shall get what you want, but not in the manner you would envisioned. Mamiko's soul shall be mine, but her body is yours. You may do with it as you will, for all eternity until it begins to rot, but she will not be the woman you remember. Her essence now belongs to me. She is naught but a husk, and she will haunt you for the rest of your days. Can you not hear her, foolish Azusa? She is coming to you this very moment, dragging her feet behind her. As I type, she is standing outside your home, and soon she will begin to knock. As you may imagine, Azusa was terrified by this message. She gripped her phone, and in her hands curled up on her bed, she tried to console herself. Surely it was some prank done in bad taste. It was unthinkable that Mamiku, could have been cursed, all thanks to a single photograph. Azusa thought of texting her childhood friend, Mary, for reassurance despite the lateness of the hour. But no sooner than she had begun to scroll through her contacts list, she heard it. A knock. There was only one knock at first, but it was low, ominous, and startled Azusa, so she dropped her phone upon her mattress. Her heart constricted her chest, as though squeezed by a galactical hand, and her blood ran ice cold. Perhaps the message had not been a joke after all. Venus had promised Mamiko would come to her, silent as a thief in the night, and rap upon her door. And here she was, as Venus had stated. It was too precise to be a mere coincidence, and too late for Azusa to receive any other visitors. The sky beyond her bedroom window was black as pitch. Even the stars and the moon seemed to have been extinguished. There was no light in Azusa's room, nor any hope. Perhaps, Azusa told herself, if I sit very still and very quiet, the person outside my door will go away. But they didn't. But they did not. Another knock rippled through the darkness of Azusa's home, unwinding in the air like thread. Then there came another and another. The knocking grew more incensed with the passing seconds, while Azusa grew more and more fearful. Her heart was beating so hard now, she feared it might rupture within her breast. She did not want to answer the door, but she feared if she refused, the interloper would split it open like a walnut. Then they would be even less obliged to listen to reason. Nobody likes being kept out in the cold, not even monsters. All right, I'm coming. I'll let you in, so please don't hurt me. I never wanted this to happen. Azusa rose from her bed with trembling legs, then crossed her darkened bedroom. Her floorboards creaked beneath her weight, dark and sinister, and all the while the knocking continued. It echoed within her ears over and over, threatening to drive her to madness. Azusa's apartment was a small one, with only 2 rooms. She had lived there for a year, and it was as familiar to her as her own palm. But in the dark, she stumbled. Everything looked strange and shadowy. Even her rice cooker upon the counter made her start. Her whole body was numb. The knocking continued over and over until our intrepid but stupid young heroine reached the front door, where her shoes were lined up like Russian dolls. She swallowed. Then she reached out. I'll let you in, so please, don't curse me. Don't hate me. I only did this because I love you. I'm so sorry, Mamiko. Azusa's fingers curled upon the door handle. It was shockingly cool, so much so it seemed to be drained the warmth from her skin. She turned the door, the lock clicked, and it drew back. to reveal a shambling figure that defied Azusa's comprehension. It was Mimiko, but the same token it was not. Her hair, normally so perfect, fell in tangles about her shoulders, obscuring much of her face. Her eyes were shrouded in darkness, but her mouth was twisted like a look of despair. Her skin was white as chalk, white as death, and as she stumbled forth, Azusa drew back, angst, finally aware of what she had done. Venus, whoever she was, had cast an awful enchantment upon her Mimiko. She had, within nothing more than a photo, stripped all that was human from the prime and proper young lady, transfiguring her into something awful, something evil. No! Oh God, no! Azusa stumbled. She tripped and hit the floor with a dull thud, which could not break the pall of eerie silence. Mimiko, is this really you? Mimiko did not say anything. Perhaps she could not. She only drew closer, arms outstretched as she made to fold Azusa to her, to take her. Mimiko, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Azusa whimpered helplessly, tears beating in her eyes. It seemed as if she sat there staring at the thing which had once been Mimiko, that they were the only two people left in all the world. She could scream if she had the breath, but who would hear her? Who would save her? She had been plunged into a nightmare. And she knew as she felt Mimiko's fingers close about her wrist, her carrion breath rasping and lifeless upon her cheek, she would never, ever wake up. So what do you think? Hazel concludes her tale with a self-satisfied grin, leaning back upon the couch with one leg crossed. That was pretty spooky, huh? Well, I wonder. Hifumi, who's taken up the mantle as our resident horror expert, folds her arms, her expression thoughtful. I suppose your tale contained a lot of aspects of classic horror stories, so I cannot help but feel a touch disappointed at its conclusion. How so? Do you think it was gory enough? It wasn't gory enough? I could have had zombie Mimiko tear her pointy teeth straight through Azusa's throat. All grah. Hazel dives at Ayu, who's sitting beside her, and begins to tickle her, to which Ayu shrieks, Get off of me, you moron! You're going to wrinkle my clothes. Sorry, but I can't. I'm too busy being a zombie. We don't have brains, so we can't listen to orders. All we know is blood. Now, give me the goods. You'll be getting no goods from me, idiot. So stop that. No, wait, don't touch me there. That's no, Ayu giggles, pinned beneath the couch in the weight of Hazel's body, as our storyteller runs her hands beneath the hem of her shirt. Hazel! Ayu lashes out, one of her feet catching Hazel in the stomach. Oof! Hazel's stomach might be toned, but Ayu's legs are lean and deceptively muscular, trained after years of performing complex dance routines. Hazel recoils, breathless, and cradles her belly. Panting heavily, she brushes a few loose strands of her hair behind her ear. Then she smiles. You might look cute, but you've given as good as you get. You give as good as you get. Guess that's a you for you. If any zombie tried to eat you, you'd kick them flying. Of course, I am not to be trifled with. Please remember that the next time you try to attack me. You might not be so lucky to escape with your head attached to your shoulders. Darn, she looks like a flower, but she sure as heck stings like a bee. I've got to remember that. I kind of like my head where it is. I don't want to end up like Azusa. Hazel giggles. So what were you saying about my story, Hifumi? Don't you think it would be better if there was more blood and gore? It's quite the opposite, in fact. I think you tipped too much of your hand. The way you built suspense was comparable, but it all fell apart when Mimiko was revealed to be the one at the door. If it were me, I would have ended the story before the big reveal. It is often better to keep the reader, or in this case, the listener, guessing, particularly in horror. Often our imagination can conjure up scenarios more horrifying than words ever could. So you're not in the blood and guts and gore camp? There's a time and a place for it, but it's not the sort of horror I prefer. I like stunnable, disquieting stories, with flickering lights and ambient noises. Ghosts and malcontent spirits are my forte, not blood-soaked zombies or serial killers. Hee, I guess I should have figured as much. Let me guess, you're a fan of creepy abandoned shrines too? But of course, I am very particular to them. I knew it. And what about the rest of you? Did you like my story? Hazel's looking at me expectantly, her eyes wide. I guess she's waiting for feedback. What should I say? I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good story. It was very atmospheric. You're pretty good at building suspense, Hazel. Gee, you really think? You really think? That's so nice of you, Hiroki. This is why you're like the best boyfriend ever. Don't take his compliments to heart. He's humoring you, Hazel. Ayu pipes up, her eyes narrowed. I thought your story was downright ridiculous. Who could ever be frightened of such nonsense? The story sounded kind of familiar. I've heard of Azusa and Mamiko before. They're characters from a Yuri visual novel I read once. I even cosplayed as Azusa before. Oh, good catch. Hazel whistles. I didn't think anybody else be into girl-on-girl loving like I am. I figured it'd fly under the radar. I'm not into it myself, but I like cute girls, and I like visual novels. I read a lot of different ones. Are you admitting you stole your story, Hazel? I knew you were scummy, but I didn't think you were a plagiarist. That's a crime, you know. Hey, Hazel pouts. It ain't a crime as long as you don't get caught. And besides, there's so many stories out there. It's hard to be fully original. I was it fully original. That sounds like an excuse to me. It ain't an excuse. I changed the story up a whole bunch. But you did use somebody else's characters. Why not? I'm bad at thinking up names. Hazel's story was quite unlike the original. In the visual novel I read, Mamiko's soul wasn't stolen, and she didn't turn into a zombie. She was actually a sadist, kind of like Marina. She bullied Azusa, but Azusa was a masochist, and she liked him, and they had a happy ending. There wasn't anything creepy about it. There, you see? It's totally different. I don't know if you approved it though. I like stories with happy endings. I take it you're not a fan of her. It's fine, but I want Azusa and Mamiko to be happy together. I couldn't care one way or another. Personally, it's not like any of it is real. It doesn't really matter. Ayu rolls her eyes, then rises to her feet. Now, I'm going to bed. Are you tired of you? I'm tired of Hazel's stupid ghost stories, and I don't want to be tickled again. Night. Ayu leaves the room, and Hifumi and Cosmos soon follow suit. Now it's only Hazel, Marina, and I in the living room. So, what do you think? Hazel looks at Marina, who's been very quiet throughout the evening. Did you like my story, Marina? What? Oh, Marina blinks startled, then shakes her head. It might be my imagination, but I think I can see the faint beginnings of blush upon her face. It was fine, I suppose. You suppose, but you don't know? Were you listening to me, Marina? Of course I was. Though I fear it did not all stick. I was otherwise occupied thinking about stocks. Why stocks? Stocks are very, very important. The success of my company is based upon them. I cannot help but think of them. I'm really quite alright, so please don't ask any further questions. Now, I must go to bed. Marina gets to her feet, perhaps a bit too quickly, and almost stumbles, but she's able to right herself at the last minute. Good night, you two. Don't stay up too late, and Hiroki, I hope you don't have any bad dreams. Marina's voice is softer than usual, almost motherly. The look she affixes me with one of genuine concern. She's compassionate and warms my heart. Her exterior might be cold and hard, but deep down, Marina's a huge sweetheart. Thanks, but I think I'll be fine. I've seen worse horror movies than that. Hazel's story really wasn't all that scary. It wasn't? Not really, why? Did it bother you? No, not of course not. I'm too mature to let such silly tales bother me. I was simply concerned for your sake. Haha. Now, really must go. Good night, dear Hiroki. Yeah, good night. I watches Marina depart on trembling legs, my arms folded. Now, I know it wasn't my imagination. Marina really was blushing, and she was stuttering too. This is all must be This is all most un-Marina-like behavior. I'm starting to get curious. She's not afraid of ghosts, is she? Ah, what a day. I sigh to myself as I turn over beneath my covers. It's late at night and I'm exhausted, but I can't sleep. My succubus entourage are running me ragged. What with their infighting and all their demands. But I care for each of them, and I'm happy I was able to go on holiday with them. It's been a lot of fun. I hope we can spend even more time together tomorrow. I yawn again and pull my cover about me like a cocoon. Blanketed by the darkness, everything is still and quiet. I can hear through, faintly, the sound of the waves as they lap against the shore, but the seabirds aren't absent. They must be fast asleep by now. I feel I should follow in their suit, but though I close my eyes, I still can't nod off. I start counting sheep, hoping this will help, but I stall at my 17th sheep, distracted by a rapping of knocks. There's somebody at my bedroom door. For a few brief moments, I think back to Hazel's horror story and all the zombified Mamiko. Haruki? I'm sorry to disturb you, but I wanted to see you. Are you awake? But the voice which accompanies the knocking is nothing at all like the groaning of bloodied zombies. I recognize the voice. Is it Marina? Yes, it's me. Please pardon my intrusion. Can I come in? Sure you can. And don't worry, I hadn't fallen asleep yet. Anyway, you're not disturbing me. Thank goodness, I'm so glad. Marina exhales in relief, then lets herself inside. She closes the door with a soft click, careful not to cause too much noise, then turns to face me. Her bronze skin seems to blend in with the darkness, but her ivory hair stands out, a flickering flame atop a yellow candle. She isn't wearing her white sundress, and neither is she in her pajamas. She's clad instead in her succubus attire, though for what reason I cannot fathom. Do you usually sleep like that? The horns look like they'd get in the way, not to mention the wings. Sometimes I do, in the succubus realm. It is expected there. But as a human, I generally dispense with them, even at night. So you're dressed like this because... It's a bit embarrassing, but, well... Marina coyly presses the tips of her index fingers together. I thought it's best to spend the night like this, just in case. In case what? In case anything bad happens. If I'm in my succubus form, it'll be easier for me to fight off any enemies. What enemies? I frown. This is Yu's private beach. We're the only people here. Nobody else is allowed to stay here, not without a Yu's express permission. The house is pretty well hidden, too. It seems unlikely this place would get broken into. It's not the thieves I'm worried about. They are mere humans who can be dispensed a lot easily after subbing out a cigarette. Dispensed of as easily as stubbing out a cigarette. I'm more worried about... Marina mumbles something under her voice. It's so quiet I can't hear her. What was that? I beckon Marina to me, as she comes standing by my bedside with interlinked hands and anxious eyes. What are you worried about? It is... Marina pauses and inhales. Silly, very silly, in fact. I know I'm being foolish, but I cannot help myself. I've been horribly on edge ever since I heard Hazel's silly story, though I am only aware of its nonsensical. I don't believe in ghosts or monsters, and yet... Aha! Now I think I understand why Marina came to me. My earlier guess was right about the money. You really are afraid of ghosts. Marina steps back abashed, her cheeks burning cherry red, much like her succubus attire. Is it really that obvious? It was kind of obvious, yeah. I could tell you weren't acting quite yourself tonight. It all started when Hazel brought up the ghost stories. You were all distracted and you were stammering. I've never seen you like that before. Oh, no? Marina sighs, her shoulders slump. You don't think the others realize, do you? I don't think they do, no. You was more focused on denigrating Hazel than examining you, and Hazel's not the most perspective of people. There's a chance of Fumi may have noticed. I would not be surprised if she did. She knows me better than the rest. But she's discreet. I doubt she'll tease you about it. Well, that is a relief. I wouldn't be able to stand it if that was all. If that awful you knew about this, my reputation would be in ruins. She would never take me seriously again. Um, Marina blinks at me from beneath her eyelashes. You won't tell anybody about this, will you, Hiroki? Of course I won't. I'm a gentleman. Of course not. Your secret's safe with me. Thank goodness. I am happy to know it. Of course, I never doubted you, but I fear I have made myself look foolish. Hope you're not judging me. This is pretty unexpected, I'll admit, but I don't think any less of you because of it. We all have phobias, and they're not always logical. I don't really like insects myself, especially spiders. There's something about their long, spindly legs. I shudder. They're so gross. That is not very manly, but it's no matter. I just like bugs myself. Few people are fond of them, apart from Cosmos, perhaps. Does she like bugs? I don't know, but that girl likes. Her tastes are all so unusual. She's perplexing, but at least she is relatively good-natured. I do not think she would mock me if she knew the truth, but I would vastly prefer it if nobody found out. I am Ratsusuki Marina, the well-respected businesswoman. I am known for my superlative decision-making skills and my level-headed nature. It would not do if it got out that I am afraid of monsters. It might be bad for your public image, yeah, but it's fine if you want to confine this stuff to me. In fact, I'm glad you came to me for comfort. I like feeling useful. I'll listen to anything you have to say, Marina. I won't mock you, so don't worry. You don't need to be afraid when you're with me. Now, I pull my covers back, then pat the empty space beside me. Do you want to spend the night with me? I can keep you safe. Oh, Hiroki. Marina's face floods with gratitude. She places one hand upon her bosoms, which is heaving, and smiles. I knew I could rely on you. This is why you are my darling, above all others. You are such a good, kind man. Nah, I'm nothing special. I'm just doing what anybody would. Who turned down the opportunity to spend the night with a babe like you? You might have a point there. I am just as renowned for my looks as I am my business acumen. But you are the only one I wish to lie with. You are my dear Hiroki, and when I'm with you, I never feel afraid, not of bugs or monsters. You got no need to worry on that score. I'll scare them off for you. I promise. Marina slides into bed beside me, then cuddles to me. She rests her head upon my chest and winds her arms around my waist, her silver hair fanning across the pillows. I pull the blanket over us, then nuzzle against her. When I inhale, I can smell the scent of Marina's shampoo. It is a pleasant, fruity aroma which puts me at ease. My eyelids begin to droop. I yawn. I fall fast asleep. And that's where we're going to stop. That's where we're stopping, everybody. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate everybody that will check us out later. Don't know when we'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. Never know. But for now, I bid you all adieu. Goodbye. And good night.